Hello and welcome to the Selflove Journey Podcast. I'm so glad you're here because this is your space to explore the path from food cravings to freedom, heart-connected living, and shining your authentic light. I'm Kendra, your host and a heart coach. My vision is inspiring purpose-driven individuals to thrive with food, yourself, and your life, creating a life of joy and fulfillment. If you've ever felt stuck in guilt or shame around food, or dreamed of waking up feeling at ease, joy, energized, and free, this podcast is for you. I believe we have all the wisdom in our heart, and together we will reconnect with this wisdom. Check out the show notes for more details on my offerings, and let's start. Grab your journal, take a deep breath in, and enjoy this moment for you and your heart. Let's begin this beautiful journey, your self-love journey. Welcome to this new episode of the Selflove Journey Podcast, and today it's all about allowing ourselves to pause, to take a break in the day-to-day, to reconnect with ourselves, to recharge in nature. Because what I lately was thinking all the time, and what I'm also observing, that sometimes we don't allow ourselves to just take a break, to pause, to relax. We're always in this hustle of needing to do more and more and more. And this is actually when it happens that we disconnect from ourselves, from our body, from our heart, from our true needs, our feelings, our emotions, because we are all the time in the outside, but not in the inside. We are in the outside of our to-do list. What is it, what we need to do, running behind time, fulfilling expectations of others, what do others might need. Maybe we are stuck in work we don't really like, stuck in responsibilities we don't really like, or just like in the autopilot of doing. And we forget that life is also about being, feeling, realizing and understanding our true emotions, our true feelings. And lately with this also, who am I? Who do I want to be? What is the life I want to create? And with this happens a lot, all our struggles. With what I mean, for example, if we are emotional eaters, bad relationship with food, like craving food all the time, searching food all the time. Maybe any other addictions like smoking, Instagram scrolling, alcohol, or feeling like depressed, close to burnout. This all occurs because we are not allowing ourselves to rest. I mean, there can be many reasons, right? But one I'm putting out here now is this resting part, this allowing ourselves to just relax. And with this is for me the little retreat moments I'm sometimes talking about. So we can travel to a huge retreat, to a retreat that's organized for us, like a safe space where we just can be and reconnect to our feelings, to our heart, be in nature, recharge in nature. And I will host the next one soon in Colombia in June 25, ends of June. And I do them usually twice per year. In Germany, another one in August. And in the show notes you'll find any link, or you can ask me. But besides just traveling to a retreat where we recharge, it's more about also really taking your time at home for this little retreat moment. So traveling to a retreat helps us to get an idea, helps us on how does it really feel to be with my heart, to experience my heart, because we need some hours, some days for this, and it's nice to be outside of our of our home, of our work environment, of the environment we know. Because usually the retreats are happening, or the ones I'm organizing, in beautiful nature spaces. Because for me, what always happens and how I can really recharge and reconnect is being in nature. And then these weekends help us to recalibrate, to understand what's currently working in my life and what's maybe not. And also learning some tools, some rituals, some practical tips you can then take home and implement at home, like journaling practices, style of meditations, ways on how to be in nature, dancing, body movement, all of this. So let me organize my thoughts. What is it what I want you to take out from this episode is you're allowed to rest. You need sometimes these moments where you just reconnect with yourself, either traveling somewhere and the best is both, implement these moments, these experiences at home. If you feel I cannot take every day an hour to meditate, to journal, no, it's not about this. It's about saying once per day to yourself, to your heart, hello, how am I really feeling? What is going on? And I will give you some ideas on how you can do it. So basically the intention is, with the retreat moments I create, taking a moment in stillness with yourself, a moment to say hello to your heart, to feel it. And by this, we are activating the connection to our inner wisdom. Because yes, we can talk to therapists, to coaches, and we are all here to support you, to hold space for you. To hold space for you to connect to this inner wisdom, because you know it deep down within you, how you're really feeling. What is it what you truly need? And how can you access this inner wisdom? For example, journaling, reflective writing, starting the day in the morning, taking your journal, making it a cozy space. Maybe you want to turn on a candle, using some palito santo, having your crystals, some affirmation cards, preparing a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, making it a little cozy for you, the special moment. And it can be just 5 minutes, the more the better. But it's all about that you're including it in your work day, or in your day-to-day, in your lifestyle. And then just asking yourself, saying good morning, hello me, hello heart. How am I waking up? How do I feel today? What is alive for me? What emotions? How do I would like to spend the day? What actions would I like to do? How do I would like to behave? Who do I want to be? What is waiting me in that day that might get me out of my center, that's stressing me, where I'm like maybe stressed, pressured, anxious about expectations of others or to-dos you have. Just having this check-in. And this for me is already a little retreat moment, because you take time for yourself to connect, to be. And with this you can prepare yourself. You can find ideas and solutions from within on how to deal with the day. And maybe it's a beautiful day waiting for you as well. So then how can I really enjoy it? Or recognizing, honoring this moment. So it's not always about just taking time for yourself when you're about to burn out, when you're about to have an emotional eating attack, when you're feeling I'm depressed. It's also about taking time exactly also in these moments where you feel energized, where you feel happy, where you feel joyful, to appreciate it, to take a moment full of gratitude. So asking out, what am I grateful for today? What would I like to recognize myself for? What would I like to honor myself? And by this really making it something stronger within you, like strengthening that feeling, to build it more and more and expand more and more in this. And with this you can join a little meditation to connect to your heart, seeing, feeling this light for you shining in your heart. And if you need some inspirations, I have Insight Timer, for example, the application where you find some meditations for me. Or YouTube. Or it does not need to be a meditation of me. It can be from others. You can find your meditations you need. Beside this, also, maybe you want to dance one or two songs. Like going out from your mind, imagine how you're sending all your thoughts in your body and they can dissolve and you let your body move freely. All of these are moments that help us to just be with us and reflect and understand how am I really doing. That's all about it. We need to reconnect, because these are these moments where we understand, am I really living the life that fulfills me, that is healthy for me, that is mentally healthy, and this also prepares you for the moments where you might feel anxious, lonely, sad, because it's life. It's not that we are all the time, me not, no one of us, 100% happy. It's about this dance between all the emotions. It's about being able to hold yourself when you're feeling emotions that are not so pleasant, And this is also what this moment of the retreat helps us to hold us, to sustain us. And here I come to the next point of nature, recharging in nature. This you can, for example, do at home, in your garden, on the street, in the park, hugging a tree. Just by hugging a tree, we already calm down. Or just lay in the grass and look into the sky. Just sit in front of a flower and observe the details. Just appreciate when a butterfly flies around and observe this beautiful, the butterfly, like for me what really recharges me is floating in a river, in the ocean, under a waterfall, or just put myself in the rain and imagine that my energies get clean. So water is for me an essential part. And that's usually in a bigger retreat where we really have the spaces in nature. So I always have in Colombia a waterfall close, a river close, or an ocean where we can float, where we can connect. And for me, I realize more and more, just when I float there in the water or when I hug a tree, I feel I'm not alone, I'm whole, I'm sustained. I start believing again in myself, trusting, I become brave of following my path. And also nature helps us to calm down, because sometimes we are not realizing what's really going on because our mind is so active. Our ego does not allow ourselves to really feel, to really understand how I am, because it wants to protect us from something. Because sometimes when we're really connected with our heart, we are dreaming big. So we need to jump out of our comfort zone, and this scares us. We need to be brave. In this moment where we just recharge in nature, we can become brave. And this is also something so beautiful for traveling to a retreat, or creating this as your little retreat moment at home. Yes, I think today is this short, quick episode because it really was like more burning in my heart, like allowing ourselves to calm down. Because just when I calm down, I really heal from my eating disorder, from emotional eating, from all the autopilots. Because yes, it happens also that sometimes my to-do list is so full, I'm just hustling through the day. And then I'm reflecting at night and I was like, oh, today I had a lot of cravings. I was like going to the kitchen, snacking some nuts. Maybe it's not an eating attack anymore, but I'm eating unconsciously. And later I reflect, why? What was I? I wasn't really hungry. It's because also my body, our body, for me, I learned to choose food and also to connect more, to become more aware, to pause, or to fill this inner void, because maybe when I'm hustling and to do so, I'm too much in my perfectionism, so I'm criticizing, I'm judging myself, and I need the food again to give me some love, to give me a hug. And you can reflect for yourself what it is, you know. So just building within the day. In the afternoon, usually I like to dance a little song. Just building in your day these little islands of being, of connecting, of reconnecting with your heart, of building this muscle. It's not that the first time you meditate you will directly be connected to your heart, right? It's a muscle we need to train. And I like this metaphor of a retreat, of traveling to a retreat, yes, but also of this moment for yourself at home is already a little retreat. And so you don't need to travel, you travel inside yourself at home. And yeah, I want you to remember this, because it's all about being aware. It's all about being conscious of how you are really feeling. And this you can just be if you take yourself this time to check in how I'm feeling. And you understand how it's the best for you is journaling, meditating, doing yoga, having a walk in nature, putting a song. What is your way of really checking in and feeling, how am I? What is it what I need? And by this, less and less, you need external things like food, like Instagram scrolling, like alcohol, like smoking, whatever it is. And besides this, you are more connected with who you are. So this also has an impact on your relations, because maybe you are in a relationship with your partner or with friends, with colleagues, and you get triggered and you get annoyed, and maybe you are screaming, shouting, fighting, and later you ask yourself, but what happened? You know, I exaggerated. And the more you are taking all this time for yourself to understand how you are, it also impacts your relationships, because you become more calm, you become more centered. You're not directly in this autopilot, reacting, fighting. You first can pause and understand what is really going on. Yeah, and it gives us also more like energy for the day, right? We are also more aware of the beauty. The more I connect to myself, the more grateful I am also, and I see all these little gifts that are there. Like beautiful situations where you feel like, wow, I manifested it. Just today, a friend called me if I would like to have a run together. And then when we were running, he was like, wow, so beautiful, all these trees around. And I was like, thank you for reminding me. And then we went to this beautiful restaurant, this beautiful brunch place, and I finally ate like a meal I was looking for so long, this typical Colombian arepa de yuca with eggs, avocado. But for you it sounds like, yeah, but it's a normal brunch. But no, I was in the mood for it a long time, and I was thinking the other day it would be so nice to have a one with a friend and then have a brunch. And it just came, and maybe I would not even have appreciated if I would not have connected, if I would not be more present, more aware. And maybe now that is an example where you feel like, what? But it's really these little moments in the day where we become more aware of. And when we really be aware of them, when we enjoy them, when we're grateful for it, then is where we really feel more this joy in life, you know? So, what is the next moment you can give to yourself, the next little retreat moment? And if you want to be guided, supported by it, all my online coachings, there I help you also to create these habits, these rituals for yourself. Because just then I can help you, support you to connect more to your heart. Because my coachings are all about listening to your inner voice, to this heart, to your heart, to your, I call them our heart inhabitants, these little parts within us. The little girl, the one that is criticizing you, the one that is motivating you, the one that just needs a break, the one that is craving food, whatever it is, to really understand if you are emotional eating, why do you really need the food, or anything else, if you need to take decisions, if you want to more clarity about your vision in life, whatever it is. I help you to activate this inner wisdom from your heart. And as I said in the beginning, we have this beautiful retreat in Colombia now in June 2025. I repeat it once or twice per year. It will be the next, I think, March or April in 2026. But it's all a time where we have cacao ceremony, yoga, meditation, journaling, recharging in nature. We will do a waterfall ceremony, fire ceremony, and free time to just be in these beautiful, gorgeous places. And by the coast in Colombia, where I travel there, and it's like, oof, my heart already opens, it's such a beautiful energy there. So I invite you to join one of them, or whatever you feel you need. But thinking about now, after this podcast episode, what is this one thing you can give to yourself today? This 5 minutes just for you to reconnect and recharge. And as always, I'm here for you. If you have any question, any comments, I would love to hear from you also how you like this episode, what content you would like to listen to. You can either comment here in the show notes, or you find me on Instagram, my email, everything in the show notes. So let's take one moment together, closing our eyes. Just take a deep breath in and out, and say thank you to yourself for this moment that you were listening to this episode. This is already a moment for yourself. And maybe you can start feeling your heart beating in your chest, maybe putting your hand on your chest. And stay in this connection as long as you desire today. And then from my heart to your heart, I send you a huge, huge hug and much, much love. Mwah.
Thank you for having listened to the Selflove Journey Podcast. Let's take one final deep breath together, right into our heart, visualizing our inner light and feeling it. Carry that feeling with you as you move through your day, just a little bit more heart connected. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with someone who might also enjoy it, and leave a rating. Thank you. You will find links to my offerings and other channels in the show notes, so be sure to check them out. From my heart to your heart, thank you for being here. I'll see you next week for another inspirational, heart-connecting episode.